The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation, Stewart Title, or Stewart Insurance. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
Whether you're a real estate broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, everything matters when it comes to real estate. This is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Stewart Title's Bill Knapik and guests open the door to what really matters in owning, buying, and selling real estate. And now, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance. Here to inform, entertain, and inspire, Bill Knapik.
Welcome to the show. It is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Thanks for joining us. Here it is, show number 610. And we've assembled, once again, great real estate professionals right here in the studio. So thank you for joining us. I am your host, Bill Knapik. We're going to get started right away as we talk with James Rowlett. He is with Compass. James, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Well, it's good to see you. First of all, James, Compass is a big company in the real estate world, not just here in Houston, but far beyond. So let's tell people a little bit about Compass right here in Houston.
Well, I'm actually originally in Cypress, Texas, is where I live. Moved to Compass 2 years ago. Got a lot of business out in Cypress, Northwest Houston. Really wanted to try to start focusing a little bit more on business in town, so I moved to the Heights office with Compass, and it's been going pretty good. It's quite an interesting company in the fact that the way their model is set up is trying to put the agent-centric, it's a focus on the agent themselves, trying to put them at the center of the deal within the brokerage. A lot of their technology is focused on the agent. They have amazing branding. They have, as far as like any type of marketing type material you got, they've got services that help. They have in-house marketing specialists. They have agent experience experts that are there that also help you out to use the tech and answer any type of questions for you.
That's right. Known for technology and so many other things. It's interesting, too, to hear about Cypress, a strong, fast-growing, well-known part of Houston. But now you've gone from Cypress. You're still practicing in Cypress.
Absolutely.
But tell us about the change from going to Cypress, a tremendous suburb, to now the Heights, a very interesting and well-established part of Houston, Texas.
Well, it's one of those things. It's trying to break into that. I have had a little bit of business in town. Still, major focus for me is out in Northwest Houston. The thing about Compass, though, is their offices. It's funny. They have one in the Woodlands, one in Katy, and one in the Heights. The Heights is actually closer to Cypress, where I live, than either one of those. So that's how I ended up there as well. I just felt like it's interesting to watch the gentrification process happening in the middle of the loop here. So I really wanted to try to start focusing on that more. But obviously, it's been slow going on that. I still have a lot of business that happens out in Cypress. So it's like I don't have 100% focus yet on it. But the idea of selling in town versus outside is, I do say, the movement for the last 2+ years, you will see a lot more activity in the loop than you will out in the suburbs. It's kind of strange how the suburbs have really slowed down quite a bit last couple of years, but yet in town, in the say $7 to $1.5 million range, those properties move.
Well, also, as far as the Heights go, it's known also for many things, but also for having strong resale value and appreciation.
Appreciation, absolutely.
Tell us about the appreciation part, because why does it appreciate like that? And there's so many different kinds of things that we could buy, townhomes, brand new construction, things like that. Tell us about why you think it appreciates the way it does. It's crazy.
It's easy. There's three things. It's location, location, location. They tell you that every time when you start off in real estate. You're going to have people say that to you over and over. When you go in town like this, where it's a eclectic type neighborhood, it's got a lot of shops, a lot of revitalized areas. It's very focused on travel as far as like being able to walk, being able to ride bicycles. So it's much more of an active community where, like, you go out in the suburbs, they don't even have sidewalks in those neighborhoods. You do have a much more friendlier type setup for people that are traveling on foot. The other thing is obviously you're close to everything. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can be anywhere. Versus coming from Cypress, it can take you anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to get someplace. So it comes down to the location and also a totally different lifestyle.
And as far as, again, the Heights, I mentioned new construction. Is there new construction to be found in the Heights?
Yes, absolutely. So there is a lot of couple of different ways they're going. I mean, some of it is like, historically, a lot of those lots are like a 6,000 square foot lot. Builders will buy the old little, cottage or shotgun type home that's on it, tear it down, subdivide it into like 2 to 3 lots. So all of a sudden you've got a 2,000 or 3,000 square foot lot. They're building like a 3-story monstrosity on it. Or some of them, I've actually seen it to where they keep it and they build some quite sizable homes that can be upwards of 5,000 square foot that you can see on it. And of course, you've also go further out, like into oak forest. You'll see a lot of development out there because they have a lot larger lots. And you're seeing a lot of homes right now that are running between, I would say, $1.5 to $2+ million out there on these larger lots that they have in oak forest.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned a price point. What would if someone doesn't have, say, $2 million, $1.5 million, can you get anything for $600,000 or $1 million right now if you want to be in the Heights and enjoy that location?
Absolutely, yeah. There's plenty of properties that you can be within the Greater Heights that can be below the $600,000 mark. Some of it's going to be the original bungalows from like 20s, 30s, 40ish, and they'll be updated at some point in their life, but they may not be a brand new, revitalized home like some of these other ones you're seeing currently.
And as far as the restaurants, the stores, I think I've heard so much recently about new stores, new grocery stores, and all these great things that are happening in the commercial side of things. What's going on there?
I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got crazy HEBs where you've got parking garages for the HEB. A lot of different little restaurants. It's much more of a community feel as far as it goes. It's like a lot of foot traffic. Like if you go, my office is over at the MKT, and I can walk down the trail on the back of it, and I can be right over at like Local Foods. They've got Postino's, a couple other places. There's Cloud 10 ice cream. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can go. There's also a running club. Unfortunately, they did move it out of there because they had some construction. But there was a running club that even came out there. It was Good Guys Running Club. Wednesday night, 7 p.m., you can run all through there. It's like hundreds of people. I've got videos of that when I've gone out running. Yeah, these guys, it's just a different lifestyle. I mean, it's something that you don't necessarily see in the suburbs. It's the ability to walk on foot someplace, which is just something that seems like it's lost in the neighborhood field in the suburbs.
See, and I think that's great because here you're enjoying the contrast in terms of your work, but going back to the suburbs, now I live in the suburbs. I used to be not in the Heights, but I used to be in uptown Houston, and I find so many different things. Here in uptown, there was so much to do and so forth. Going out in the suburbs, there's other things to enjoy there.
Yes.
And let's tell people, in case they're listening from afar or even here in Houston, about Cypress, because Cypress on its own has so much merit and people enjoy so many things about it. And like everywhere else, there's new construction, there's new commercial things, new restaurants, all those great things. But people love Cypress too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the difference is in town, though, is, I mean, there are pockets too to where it's like, as far as like crime and stuff like that, it's not as kid-friendly, let's just put it that way. But when you go out into the suburbs, yeah, it's like I have been in the same house for almost 20 years now out in Rock Creek. Kids can play anywhere in the neighborhood. We have trails, ponds, stuff like that they can travel, play out in our cul-de-sac. They've got friends there. We could walk to the elementary school there. And it's got great schools. That's the other thing. Cy-Fair ISD is like possibly one of the best school systems here in the greater Houston area. I do like it in that reserve. As far as the restaurants are good. It's just not as, not as nice as some of the ones you'd find in town.
And you have more selection in town for restaurants, so
yes,
for certain things that I like.
Right.
So as far as the trends that you're seeing, let's go back to the Heights. Mm-hmm. It's always changing there. What things are you seeing, especially as you're in the Heights?
I've been over there for about 2 years now.
2 years, okay. So 2 years, so you have a good feel. As far as the trends, what are you seeing that's happening and will happen, as you would speculate, in the next couple of years in the Heights? What's happening?
It's going to keep growing. It's going to, as far as, I mean, there's no, you can't make new dirt. But, I mean, you're seeing stuff just get revitalized, rebuilt, and you're going to keep seeing people come in, and it's just the price point just keeps going up. I still remember when I moved here in 1997, I knew nothing about the Heights, went to a party with one of my old college buddies, and I'm talking to the couple that bought this house. And I go, this is a really cute little bungalow home. I go, how much did you pay for it? And they go, oh, we paid $50,000. I'm like, I could afford that. And I go, what's this neighborhood? And they go, oh, it's the Heights. And I kid you not, from 1997 to 2000, that house went from $50,000 to probably over $200,000. And something like that now, if it was still around, easily $600,000+. So the values of these things, they're just going to keep going up just because of proximity to downtown, proximity to anything that you want to say, a medical center. It's just
a good location.
It's a great location.
No doubt about it. We're talking with James Rowlett with Compass. James, before we started recording, one of the things you said is how you use social media and that you've been experimenting and getting some positive results. Let's tell people about what you're doing so that if they're in the real estate world, they may have get an idea from you, or if they're doing something else. Tell us how you tapped into social media.
Yeah, that's a great question. I have Facebook, I have Instagram. I absolutely hate Instagram because it's just I never seem to get traction on it. Facebook's more for your family and friends. But I said to myself in December of 2024, one of my New Year's resolutions, but I didn't wait, middle of December of 2024, I said, I am going to continuously post on TikTok and make videos every day for the entire year of 2025.
Every day?
Every day. I made it to April. I didn't quite make it, but
still a lot.
But still, it was good. It was hard to do that, but I went from having just 100 plus followers to I'm at 9,500 followers now. The difference on it of what I chose to do on TikTok versus what I would do on Facebook or on Instagram is, you show a post of your kid or you're like, look at what I just sold. Nobody cares. Whenever you're saying just listed, just sold, those type of things, that's a reminder to your family and friends. But honestly, nobody cares. I mean, there's nothing in that. What I realized when I first started watching TikTok is what were people watching, or what was I specifically watching that was real estate related? Do I care about your buy or sell type videos or tips and stuff like that? I started going, I do care about the tips. Your buys and your sells or a house tour, I don't really care. But the tips were interesting. But then I started seeing other creators talking about issues happening in the industry, things going on with NAR, things happening with Zillow, the lawsuit. That was like one of the big ones of 2024. I was embedded in that, and I had been dabbling a little bit with TikTok. I had done a video in August of 2024 about the lawsuit, about the settlement. That video has 170,000 views on it. And so when I wasn't at 170 back then, but it was over 100,000 when I made this resolution that I said, hey, I'm going to start talking about issues within real estate. And people go, but you're making content that's aimed at agents. I'll go, correct, but it's a national platform. These aren't my family and friends watching me. These are people from across the U.S. watching me, and they know people in Houston that may need to buy or sell. They know people that they have in their cities that are coming to Houston, and now I'm getting referrals off of it.
So in terms of general ideas of when you do a TikTok video, you have an idea for the content, and about how many minutes is it? Do you have a... Absolutely,
yeah. So people... The first thing I would say is people will tell you how to act, how to talk. There's a lot of people that will coach you and tell you how to do these things. But the part that's interesting is the people that are giving you advice, do they have a following? Do they make videos? And the answer 9 times out of 10 is no. I do use profanity sometimes in my TikToks. I am myself on my videos. That was the biggest thing is instead of me talking slow, instead of me trying to be nice and walk the middle of the line, instead I take polarized stances. I talk about what I feel is good for the industry, what I feel is bad for the industry, what I see as bad players in the industry. I will call that out and I do the videos. People told you've got to keep it 45 seconds to 90 seconds max. Some of my videos will easily go for 6 minutes or sometimes 10 minutes. On average, I try to keep it 3 minutes or less, but I do go a lot of times between 3 to 5 minutes on average on a video. But I have a lot of views on these videos. I will normally get between 5 to 10,000 views per video. Sometimes they go into the tens of thousands. And if it's a stinker type video, it'll probably get 1,000 views.
Well, James, right now people are listening and they're saying, hey, how do I get to see one of James Rowlett's videos on TikTok? What should they do?
If you just go on TikTok, there are imposters on there, so watch out for those. I have to get those cleared out about every 3 or 4 months. It's James Rowlett, Houston Realtor, and if you're looking at it, it's at James Rowlett, one word, an underscore HTX. That's actually my handle, and you can find me. I have, like I said, around 9,500 followers right now, and I'm at, I think, around 160,000 likes. Maybe it's 170,000, right around there. So if those numbers jive, then you're following the right person.
And James, if someone needs help buying or selling real estate in the Heights, in Cypress, or anywhere else in Texas, how can people reach you?
You can give me a call on my phone number, 832-545-4587. You can also go on my website, which is HoustonHomeTeam.com, which that's an easy one to remember. And, of course, my email, which is james.rowlett@compass.com, 832-545-4587. 4587.
James, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, as we continue, here he is, Keith Town. He is with the group called C. Tim Cell with Keller Williams. Keith, welcome to the show.
Bill, thanks for having me.
First of all, let's tell people, they hear that they know Keller Williams, but not everyone, a lot of people do, but not everyone knows C. Tim Cell. So let's tell people about C. Tim Cells.
We are the C. Tim Cell Property Group out of Katy, Texas, founded by Tim Soika and his wife, Lori. We do commercial, we do residential. We've been around for a while. It's been a great ride. Tim has done a lot of things with marketing that a lot of folks that don't normally do. He's got a mascot that we use a lot on social media. We do a free truck for all of our clients. So a little bit different, but we are a property group out in West Houston, Katy. That's kind of our focus.
Well, and also, let's tell people what you do specifically with the company as a real estate professional and geographically where you're doing most of that.
So most of my work is the I-10 corridor, Katy, all the way into the Heights. I will go as far north as the Woodlands and go down to Galveston. I do a mix of residential and commercial work. On the commercial side, we do a lot of residential or office condos. We do a lot of office warehouse. And then on the residential side, obviously, luxury homes and things like that.
And going back to, one of the first things you said is the mascot. Now, I know what that means. People listening may not know, but one of the things that your company does very well is what Tim has started was the branding.
Branding, absolutely.
And just with the name C. Tim Cell, kind of easy to remember.
Yeah, like C-Spot Run.
Exactly. And then when you say there's a mascot, well, let's just bring that to life for people to know what that is. That's like when you see sports teams and they have these mascots running around.
That's right. Yeah, we use
You're
them for
probably
all
the
of our
only
marketing
yeah,
videos.
yeah.
We'll go into model homes and we'll film videos with folks and just give people a lay of the land. It really is a mascot. It's a caricature of Tim. He's an old bald Polish guy, and he'll tell you that too.
Bald, so you could say it. It's a bald-headed guy.
It's a bald-headed guy with glasses.
Right.
I mean, that's Tim, and so we made a caricature of him, and that's what we use for branding. It's worked very well.
There's no doubt that it works in terms of branding. And that said, of all the real estate brokers here in Houston, I don't know that another one has a mascot. I don't think there's any other ones or anywhere else that I've looked at when I look at real estate beyond Houston.
I haven't seen one. People
remember it. Branding works. So in the meantime, let's tell people, they always ask, if you're at the store, Keith, what are they going to say? And they find out you're a realtor.
What are they going to say to me?
How's the market?
Always.
So what do you tell them?
Well, right now the market's a little slower than we've seen in the past. It's not 2021. Buyers tend to think that it's 2008. And sellers tend to think that it's 2021. And the reality is it's somewhere in between. And we've got to find the happy medium there. We've seen inventory creep up a bit, and we've seen days on market creep up a bit. But I think if you price a home correctly, you stage it right, it's still gonna sell.
And one of the things you're doing, I'm told, is you're also in the commercial world helping buyers and sellers in the commercial thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll do anything from locating land for developers down to these office condos. The office condos are really fun. We've seen office space in Houston really fall back, especially since COVID. People don't commute for work anymore. They don't want to come into downtown. And they do want to own their space that they're working in, especially these entrepreneurs. So the office condos are really fun. There are 3, sometimes 4 offices in there. There's a conference room. There's a break room. And it gives the people the ability to own their space, pay rent, pay a mortgage, and control that. And you'll see them all over town now, especially in Katy, 40 to 60 units in a space. And they start in the 400s, and they can go as high as you want, depending on build-outs, up into the 500s. But the typical space is about 1,300 square feet. Around 400 to 450,000, and it's a great spot for folks, especially on the west side. They can live in Katy and work in Katy, be part of the community.
And I would think being involved in commercial real estate as well as residential, where you're at in the west part of town, wherever else, it gives you a unique perspective into trends and what's happening, because residential and commercial work hand in hand. You have residential, we're going to need stores. I don't know what comes first, but I guess it varies. But let's tell people about any of those kind of trends in the commercial thing that you're seeing.
On the commercial side, so typically they're going to follow rooftops. We're seeing, especially Fulshire in the west side, Brookshire area, as these larger master plan communities are built out, retail's got to follow. You've got to have the dry cleaners. You've got to have the convenience stores, the grocery stores, all those things. So commercial is going to follow your rooftops. And so we're starting to see more development, especially 359 in Fulshire, that kind of area. That's all happening now. And it should have happened a while ago, but now it's happening.
It's always interesting, too, to see where the new HEBs show up in other grocery stores, but they seem to be knowing where this is going to happen or that's going to happen.
They spend a lot of time and a lot of money on studying where things are going to go. You've got a lot of smaller developers that chase HEB, and they want to be around HEB just because they've done the money. They've spent the money, they've done the research, they know where the economics and the demographics are going to be. And so they spend a lot of time doing that. And you get a lot of these developers chasing those guys.
Well, also, being in the world of residential and commercial, you probably have heard this. I don't know if it's a myth, but if it is, you could reveal right now what the real deal is. But I hear people say when they sell commercial, it's not as emotional. But in residential, there's all kinds of emotions, rightfully so, that happen. But is that true? In commercial, it's more cut and dry, more business? What's it like?
Absolutely. It really is a numbers game. I do more pro formas for my commercial clients. I'm crunching numbers and I'm pulling out, this is what your cash flow might be. It depends on if they're an investor, if they're an owner occupant, but we're tailoring our approach on that side specifically to what's their end use and what's their goal and what are the dollars and cents. And ultimately that's really all that matters for those folks. On the residential side, dollars and cents matter, but so do countertops, and so does paint color and location and schools that your kids go to, and it can be a little bit more emotional. So on the emotional side for the residential buyer, you can kind of play on that a little bit more. The savvy commercial investor, he's looking at dollars and cents, and the bottom line is the only thing that matters.
And then as far as marketing for doing both sides of real estate, how do you market yourself? Certainly see Tim Sell, you have the mascot, but also what do you do to get your word out there in both categories? So
doing things like this is great.
It's great.
Yeah, thanks for the platform. Appreciate that. But we also do, we've got podcasts. We do, I was telling Mike on the way here, we'll sit down and we'll sit in a studio and I'll do 30 to 50 videos at a time, and I'll send those out via Instagram and Facebook and those type things. We also work with a close network of trusted partners, and they can get our name out. And that's really, word of mouth has been big for me.
That's a lot of videos. How many minutes are the videos? 50
Well,
minutes, 50 videos at a time. Keith.
Anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay, so that sounds great. So let's tell people in one of the videos some of the topics that you're covering, and also where we can see these.
So you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Towney713. Really easy. TOWNEY 713. Facebook is the same, but I cover everything. Usually trends on the west side of Houston. So one thing that we just did a video on was 36A, the project that's coming out of Freeport, and TxDOT's running it, and it's going to be the expansion of Highway 36, which is basically going to go from Freeport all the way to Dallas. They're going to widen it. It's going to be a big trucking lane, and it's going to be a big hub for shipping and a lot of commercial work.
And then what about on the residential side? Do you have videos there?
Absolutely. We talk about the same things. We talk about flipping. We talk about investments. We talk about different trends in different neighborhoods like Cinco Ranch or Jordan Ranch, anything on the west side typically.
And speaking of flipping, I haven't heard a lot about it lately. Is flipping still going on?
It's mostly dead. It's mostly dead.
So let the word go forth right now today. Keith Town, and I'm going to agree with you, Keith. So we're saying that flipping is dead?
I think flipping's dead. I think the economics don't work anymore. If you're going to go in and you're going to fix a house up, you're going to live in it, I think that's one great avenue, and you can certainly find a deal there. But if you're trying to flip a house for profit and make it your primary income, it's dead. That is
not
no
even
more.
A pulse. I mean, maybe just a
maybe. Well, as they said in what was that, Princess Bride? They're mostly dead.
Didn't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Mostly dead.
So
yeah,
you mentioned that. I did see Barbie though. I don't ask me why, but that was weird. Just saying. But yeah, flipping. It's funny. It's how there are trends.
Yeah, and that's one of them.
Things happen, things slow down, and there's a variety of reasons. So now, real estate, you're very busy. You got residential, commercial, all these things you're doing. 50 videos a day. I don't know how you get the time.
We're not doing 50 a day.
Not a day, but a lot.
Yeah.
So now is Tim part of the videos?
Tim has his own podcast that he does, and he'll film 2 of those a week. So he's got a great platform there that he's built. We also send different team members in for these videos, and we'll do those from time to time. So
we want to take this opportunity, in case Tim is listening, to say hello to Tim.
Hey, Tim Soika, how are you?
Hey, Tim Soika. You, the mascot, and the whole team, it's good. Maybe we'll get to see him again sometime soon here. But in the meantime, you're very busy doing all these things, watching the trends, selling real estate. When you're not selling, helping buyers and sellers, how do you unwind? What do you do besides real estate, Keith?
Right now, I've got 2 young kids. There's no such thing as unwinding.
No unwinding.
So we're volunteering with the swim team or coaching baseball, or we're about to start school again, and we're going to have football going on. So I'm mostly a taxi in the evenings. I enjoy reading a couple books if I get a minute, and occasionally jumping in my pool. But for the most part, that is my job. I'm dad and real estate agent.
And then also going back to real estate, and let's take commercial first. In the last, let's say, 10 real estate commercial transactions you've had, how many in terms of buyers? How many were cash buyers?
A fair amount. I mean, working
80%?
in that. Probably 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah, working in that space that I'm in, we're in that $450,000 kind of purchase price, depending on how many units they pick up. But yeah, 50-50. We do a lot with owner-occupants, business owners. We work a lot with medical professionals who want an office instead of going into a medical tower where rents are super high. We're very close to the Memorial Hermann Katy Hospital, and so there's a lot of need and want there, and so we're picking up a lot of professionals in that space.
And
but
then
probably 50-50.
In residential, how many cash buyers? Last 10 transactions?
1.
Just 1.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do some homework on Texas 36A. Look into that because a lot of shipping is going to be happening through the Katy and west side of Houston area. It's going to be very important. It's going to shape the way Houston works and plays in the near future.
If someone wants to see the videos or reach out to you, how can they do so?
So they can reach me directly. My phone number is 281-507-5414. You can go to our team's website. We are the CTimCell team. We're ctimcell.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram, Towney, TOWNEY 713. 281-507-5414.
Keith, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Moving right along, let's talk home inspections as we have Calvin Walker and Chance Phillips. They're with Bryan and Bryan Inspectors. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Home inspections, it's so exciting because we haven't had home inspectors on the show for ages. So, first of all, Calvin, let's tell people your role with the company.
Yes, sir. My name is Calvin Walker. I am a growth rep for the Bryan and Bryan Inspections. If you ever need to contact me directly, 832-810-5514.
And right off the bat, growth rep. That's the first time we've heard that. So I'm going to guess your job is to help the company grow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I go out and I maintain the business, I grow the business, and I hit goals every week and every month to do that.
And how's the growth going?
It's going amazing. We've been really, really doing good, breaking records this year.
So here you are. And then now you're on the radio talking to, I don't know, thousands, 20,000, 30, who knows?
Correct.
Getting the word out, Calvin, right?
Yes, sir.
Meantime, Chance, your role with the company at Bryan and Bryan. Let's tell people what you do.
I am the service manager and also an active inspector.
So that's going to be great. So let's tell people geographically, as Calvin, as you're out there helping the company grow, geographically, where does the company do the work?
So we mostly do a lot in Pearland, which is where we're located. We're really big in Katy right now, especially with a lot of the new construction. We do 50% of our business as new construction.
So then would the Woodlands be too far, just so we know?
No, we go absolutely everywhere.
So that's pretty far.
The Woodlands, we are still gaining traction there. We actually are in KW Northeast and KW Woodlands and KW Professionals right now.
So as far as when you're talking to someone, and there's so many real estate professionals out there, but there's a lot of home inspection companies. What are the things that you tell people, Calvin, that make your company distinctive? Why we're going to use Brian and Brian?
Great question. Yes, we've been in business for 32 years, 4.9 stars out of 5 to this day, with over 4,000 reviews. We are the standard. Every month, our inspectors go through non-alarmist training and learn how to go through new tools, new TREC codes. So they're held to the highest education every month. Also, we do a free pay at close option. Another thing we do is we have
how does that work?
Yes, sir. So with the pay at close option, if your client would like to pay for the inspection at closing, we can set that up for you with our call center. We do a free termite inspection with all inspections, and now we do solar inspections and a full home thermal scan, not just checking certain areas. The whole entire of the home gets hit with that thermography camera.
The whole home.
Yes, sir.
You can't hide.
Can't.
You want to get Brian and Brian inspectors because you're going to look at everything, it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
Chance, you're out there as a home inspector, and I don't know the answer to this, but I guess I would have a sense, and that is when you go to a home, you get the address, right, and you show up to inspect the home. Right away when you pull up, do you have some kind of idea to say, man, this is going to – I already see a lot of stuff, or you get a feel, or what happens when you pull up to the house?
No, absolutely. If you're smart, you're going to do a little bit of research before you show up.
Before you even get there.
Absolutely. You want to have a good dialogue with the customer, with the agent, find out what is important to them, what their concerns are, what their fears are, probably before you ever show up. Then you arrive at the house, depending on your
Then you see the
experience.
house.
Yeah, you know kind of what you're in for. Every inspector has a process. You want to make sure you follow the process, but a lot of times you can walk straight to the problems you're going to find. Inspectors develop a sixth sense.
And let's say every home's different. We could be talking, you do new homes, existing homes, previously owned homes, and all that. But let's take not a brand new construction, a regular home, and let's say it's a regular 2,500 square foot home. About how much time, I know it varies, but about how much time do you spend on a home of that size?
Excellent question. 3 to 4 hours, easy. That can
3
go
to
a
4
little
hours.
longer. Oh, yes, sir. So, you think about it. There's thousands of components to a home. We're going to inspect just about all of them. Everything has a process. So every switch, every outlet, everything that's accessible. Think about
Every
windows.
switch.
Yes.
That's thorough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As far as your role, other than being here today, how do you, because a lot of people are in sales, a lot of people want to grow their companies. As your title has growth in it, how do you bring that growth to the company other than being here talking about it today?
Well, like I mentioned a little earlier, I have goals that I have to meet. My grow team, we have about 4 of us. We have goals we have to hit every week, every month to get a certain amount of new agents. Also to grow things that we may have just dropped as inspectors, like our Certified Inspecting Homes program we did last year. Pretty much holding myself responsible, also maintaining great relationships and maintaining those relationships. Like I work 24/7. I answer my phone at church for my agents. I go to open houses for my agents. I sponsor for my agents. Being a person that actually wants to help has really helped me grow.
Okay. When you say you have goals, it sounds
sir.
like you mean it.
Oh, yes, sir.
In fact, just a flashback from the movie A Few Good Men, we set goals or people die, right?
Yes, sir.
So you take the goals seriously. So when you set goals, let's say you set goals do you do it every week or you?
Yeah, so I have a certain set of weekly goals that I have to hit regardless. I have one-on-one meetings every week with my team lead to discuss what I did this week and what I can do better, whether that's going to a couple more networking events, connecting with different people in the industry like lenders, title, so on and so forth.
Also, you've been in the military?
Yes, sir. I am a Army veteran.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Anybody listening that's out there, veteran, serving right now, police, military, we appreciate it so much.
Yes, sir.
And as far as military, I always think that if you've been in the military, I have not been, but if you've been in the military, I would think that's a super advantage in terms of discipline. When you take your training in the military and bring it to the business world, I think you have an edge over probably 75% of the people out there. Tell us how that's translated for you, what you learned in boot camp and then beyond where it helps you in business?
You know, being clean cut as possible, the way you present yourself every day, the discipline, just like you said, knowing that I have to do certain things to not only maintain myself in front of people, but also to maintain the company. Another thing that I'll say also is the seriousness. You know, if I look at you and I tell you this, this, and that, I'm going to do that for you. Another thing as well is also relationships. You have to maintain relationships regardless if you like somebody or not. The only reason why I'm here is to maintain that relationship and to get to know you, but also to help you in your business as well, not just take money from you. Actually want to get to know your business, see how you operate, and adjust from there.
And for either one of you, how has the inspection process or some of the tools that you're using right now to inspect homes changed maybe in the last year or so?
I would definitely say, you know, with the thermography cameras, you know, that's something that's cutting edge, you know, especially for a lot of new constructions. We can see behind those walls, make sure that there's, you know, insulation behind the walls, and also checking for, you know, cold energy, bad energy within the house.
And as far as new construction versus an existing home, some people think if they have a brand new home, oh, there's not going to be anything wrong.
No.
Not true at all, right?
No. Far from that. You always want to make sure you have a third-party home inspector for new construction. Just because it's new does not mean everything is perfect. You always want to make sure that you have someone in your corner. The inspectors on the builder side will be on their behalf. We're going to be on your half to make sure that we're going to find anything and everything from your phase 1s all the way to your phase 3, which is your pre-pour foundation, your pre-drywall, and your final inspection.
Because sometimes the builder might forget, or part of the crew, they think something was done and, oh, we didn't put in insulation in that wall, or we forgot to connect that outlet. That happens all the time.
Very common.
Because some of these places, whether you're building one home as a builder or more, and usually it's more at a time, right? There's just more opportunities.
There's a lot of people in and out of that house, and you're right, they all have a job, and sometimes they're interfering with each other. So some things will get missed. There's gaps. And perfect example this week, looking at a laundry area. Everything looks beautiful. New homes look beautiful. So you're not expecting to see the problems. An example with this laundry area, there was no dryer vent. Looks perfect. No water stains, nothing damaged, but there's no dryer vent, so the dryer is not going to work properly. Another example, supply air registers. You look at a beautiful room, it's freshly painted, smells wonderful, but there's no way for air to get into the home. Those are the kind of the strange, things that you run into with new construction.
And just like real estate professionals, if you're a realtor, you're getting another piece of paperwork that you have to apply. You're learning about a new rule, this and that. But as an inspector and an inspector company, there's new things, new technologies, so you have to be on top of that. How do you stay on top of the new controls and the new energy systems that are in the homes that are being put? How do you know about those new things, Chance?
Constantly be learning. We're constantly training. You want to stay on top of trends. You want to stay on top of technology. As many professional organizations that you can belong to, we're all here to help each other learn. The Texas Real Estate Commission is constantly changing their standards. So being able to have a line of connection maybe with the people on the committee is also very helpful to make sure that you're staying ahead of the curve and you're ready to change your reporting when the time comes.
We're talking with Calvin Walker and Chance Phillips. They're with Bryan and Bryan Inspectors. Well, Calvin, what are some of the other things you want people to know about the company?
Yeah, another thing about us at Bryan and Bryan Inspections is we do go San Antonio, Dallas, and in Austin for inspections, everywhere in Houston.
Oh, wow.
We also do commercial as well with Titans Commercial. They go worldwide, and they have the same credentials. We actually hold a council with Broadstone Net Lease and PES, engineering companies on the East Coast. And they can do any type of inspection that you need for commercial as well. All our inspectors, like I mentioned, are non-alarmist trained, and we have a call center open 7 days a week, 8 in the morning to 8 at night.
Drones. How often are drones still being used as part of the process, Chance?
Absolutely. There's a lot of roofs that are very difficult to get to, either because of their height or maybe the slope. So drones are a great alternative to, say, binoculars that might have been used 10 years ago. With a drone, you do have to have a license if you're going to use it commercially. So all of our inspectors are FAA licensed.
I heard realtors talk about, not so much in Texas, but some people firmly believe that if you are a seller, if I want to sell my home, I'm going to get the home inspected. That way I know to prepare for the sale, I'm going to get the home inspected so that when a potential buyer comes, I can already get on to fixing things, and then I have a complete knowledge about the house. What do you think of that, Calvin?
I think that is excellent.
Because you're all shaking your head. I think I was onto something just for a second.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Like I mentioned earlier, our Certified Inspected Homes program is perfect for that because not only in Texas, but really only Texas is the only state that doesn't really do pre-listing inspections. Every other state does
I think it's a good idea.
It is a great idea because not only that, if we all know as agents, right, if a buyer sees a roof, that's a new roof. You catch that early as a listing agent, you can get that fixed. Another thing, transparency between buyer and seller. Price point, less negotiation, serious buyers. If your price point is $500,000, now that you have this inspection, you can reflect that, hey, there's no wiggle room for you to,
Yeah, I think if you want to get the most for your home, I think that's something to consider as a seller, to be on top of things, and then you could let the bidding wars begin, right?
Correct.
Calvin, let's tell people right now they want to get their home inspected. Let's tell people how they can reach out to you and learn more about Brian and Brian Inspectors.
Yes, you can call two numbers. You can call my call center, 281-484-8318, or you can call me. I'm 24/7, 832-810-5514. www.inspectorteam.com.
www.inspectorteam.com. Well, gentlemen, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And Calvin, thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Stewart Title, we have title insurance, many locations right here in Houston to help you. We'd be honored to be stewards of your real estate transactions. Simply go to stewart.com, find your closest office. We have great people, escrow officers, business development people to help you right here in Houston with about 17 locations and beyond all over the United States. As Stewart Title, we're an international company traded on the New York Stock Exchange as STC. Also, for insurance, let's say you have home, auto insurance, vacant home, investment properties, flood insurance, motorcycle insurance, all those things, cyber liability, business E&O insurance for your real estate business. Stewart Insurance at stewartinsurance.com. The full menu will be right there. Just go to stewartinsurance.com. So when you're thinking about your real estate transaction, you're buying, you're selling, you're closing, all these different kind of properties, Stewart Insurance is there to help you with insurance. That's right, stewartinsurance.com.
Call 866-798-2827. Call 866-798-2827.
Business development people right here in Houston, Texas. We actually have a real live business development person right here. His name is Kevin Davidson. People know him. He's been on the show many times. He has a fan club. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
You've built up the fan base in a matter of time. It's incredible, all the people that want to hear you on the show every time you're on.
Well,
how do you do it?
I've not only been here for 3.5 years, but I've been in real estate for 7 years before that. So I've kind of met a lot of people in my tenure, and they kind of follow me around.
They do.
Yes, they do.
So let's tell people, just to remind those that may not know, but you're right here in Houston, Texas, Fort Bend and Sugar Land.
Yeah, I market for the Sugar Land office and the Richmond office. And if I may, I'd like to talk a little bit real quick about, not me, but both of those offices have had phenomenal year this year. And it's not necessarily due to me. It's because I have 5 of the best escrow officers in the city.
Incredible. Yeah.
The Richmond office is the fastest growing office percentage-wise in the city. I want to mention Gracie Lagos and Melissa Caruso, the 2 escrow officers over there. And then the team that I have in Sugarland, Caitlin Kornick, who is the branch manager and the commercial division escrow officer, along with Devin and Van Wynn. They have, all five of them have umpteen years combined experience. Caitlin is a crackerjack when it comes to commercial closings. Everybody loves Devaney, and Van speaks 4 languages. So it's working very well right now in both those offices.
It's quite a team. There's no question about it. The real estate professionals that go there far and wide, they love the team. They love the help that you're bringing. So it's great as it grows so much. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still, like you mentioned earlier, I still offer the CE classes. I'm adding new ones this year. I'm starting to promote the tools that Stewart Title offers the real estate agents more and more. And I'm just, my biggest thing is I want the agents their business to grow so my business can grow.
We had a realtor on the show. I don't think I told you, from Kiani Realty. She was on the show. You know what she said? Yeah. But you know what? It wasn't Kiani, but one of her realtors. You know what she said? Yeah.
What did she say?
No, not Shiva. Somebody else. But she said,
Miriam.
She was fantastic. She said, I said, how do you do so well with Facebook? You know what she said? Kevin Davidson helped me with Facebook.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it all goes around. You're covering all the. It's super. Kevin, let's tell people. I know they want to close the real estate transactions right there, Fort Bend, Sugarland. It's too awesome. Let's tell them how they can reach you.
I can be reached, like Calvin said, 24/7, 7 days a week, 832-654-0527. And yes, I answer my phone, 832-654-0527.
You set goals too, I heard.
A couple of them, yes.
That's part of the key to success. Kevin, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you.
And now, leading the charge for most of our business development people right here in Houston, Texas. That's right. You've heard him before on the show. Another show favorite, Mike Snyder, and a Texas A&M graduate. I don't know if I should say that, Mike. The A&M alumni, they love to hear that,
They
don't
do.
they?
They do. We love hearing that about each other. Yes. So say it all you want.
Yeah, Texas A&M, go.
There you go.
What is it, Gig'em or no?
Gig'em, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
there you go. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
make sure I have the right school.
Man, I told you a few weeks ago you'd make a good Aggie. Now I'm not so sure.
I'm losing my Aggie
Yeah.
credentials
Come on,
the more I talk. All right, I'm not going to say anything. So, Mike, let's tell people what you did.
So I'm the sales manager for our North Houston division, which includes the reps that we have here today, Kevin and Kim Dawkins, who has some guests here today. So I manage those teams, and I'm a lucky guy. That's a great team.
There's no doubt about it. So, Mike, what do you want people to know? I know you wanted to come on the show to say something here today specifically.
Yeah, here's what I want people to know. Over the last several weeks, I've heard from our reps, I've heard from agents in the industry, I've heard from service providers that the market, and if I say, while you're listening, fill in the blank, the market is
Stagnant?
I've heard down, stagnant,
That's what
weird,
I heard,
sporadic. I've heard all sorts of generally negative terms about the market. And, as professionals in this industry, there's not a whole lot we can do about the market. But at Stewart, there's a lot of things that our reps can do to help agents that are struggling in this market, or they've got listings that are maybe sitting on the market for a while, or they're having a hard time convincing buyers to do whatever, or sellers to do whatever with their house. And kind of a sidestep real quick. Here's what I'm seeing. Houses that are priced right, ready to move into, in the right location. Those houses are still selling very quickly. Multiple offers, selling quickly. But the ones that aren't ready, those are the ones that are sitting, and the more work that they need are sitting longer and longer and longer. And what we're seeing across our division is, in one market, the average days on market might be 40 or 50 something days. In other markets, it's over 90, over 100 days. So what I wanted to add is our sales reps in each one of our markets, whether it's the North Division in Sugarland, Richmond, Katy, Fulshire, Cypress, wherever.
Yeah, wherever.
Those reps have tools to help you as agents understand the market, understand some data that you can share with your sellers that help tell the story about what's happening in their market, what's happening with that particular listing, what's happening with that house in that neighborhood. They can help you with that. And they can help you strategically with some ideas, some marketing ideas, some stuff we talked about this morning, as a matter of fact, just some ideas to help you move those properties. So reach out to your Stewart rep in your market because they've got some ideas for you.
It's that simple. If you don't believe us, give it a try. There's no doubt about it. Each and every one of our business development people are trained. They have tools, like Mike said, and there's other tools that are being deployed every now and then. Something new happens. So right here in Houston, go to Stewart.com, find your closest Stewart Title office. If you're listening from afar in another state, go to Stewart.com, find out where your office is. It's that easy, right, Mike?
That's right. They're everywhere.
If someone wants to reach out to you, what should they do, Mike?
My number is 713-261-0472. If you call me at church, my wife will smack me.
Okay.
So I will not answer during church, but most of the time I will.
Mike, thanks for being with us.
You got it.
Okay, as we close the show, he is back. James Rowlett with Compass. James, before we close things down, what do you want people to know?
One of the things that I would say, if you're an agent, you are so focused on where you're going to get that next deal, but the other thing that you got to be paying attention to is what's happening in the industry. And if you're not educating yourself on what's going on with mergers, what's going on with NAR, what's going on with Zillow, that's going to fall on you, because even the captain of the Titanic, he saw the iceberg ahead, but he still didn't react in time to miss it. And that's the problem that I see as agents. We are so busy focusing on where's that next deal coming from versus what's going on with the industry. So educate yourself, make sure you learn about that. And this is some of the things I talk about on my TikTok.
That's right. Pay attention. James, let's tell people how they can reach you.
All right, I'll talk slow this time. James Rowlett, Compass Real Estate. James.Rowlett@compassrealestate.com. And my telephone number is 832-545-4587.
James, thanks for being with us. And now Keith Town is back. See Tim Sell. See Keith come to the microphone. Keith.
Hey.
A final word?
Yeah, final word. I want to be a resource for general public or for any of you agents out there that are listening to the show. You might have questions about light industrial, or you might have questions about office condos. Reach out to me. I'm happy to be a resource, whether you're an individual or an agent. 281-507-5414. 281-507-5414.
Thanks for being with us,
Thanks,
Keith.
Bill.
And now, Brian and Brian Inspections. Calvin Walker. Calvin. But let's tell people, final word.
Yes, sir. Any listing agents that need help getting their listing sold, give me a contact. We will get that sold with a certified inspected home program. And if you want to work with the best, come choose the best with us at Brian and Brian Inspections.
Home inspections. The best, right?
The best.
Phone number is?
832-810-5514. I'm 24/7.
And the website?
www.inspectorteam.com.
Thank you, Calvin, and thank you all for listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I am your host, Bill Knapik. Together with all of us at Stewart Title and Stewart Insurance, we appreciate you listening to the show. Stay informed. You hear great guests every week right here, or you can go to stewart.com/radio in case you want to hear the last show or the show before that or a show a year ago. Just go to stewart.com/radio, or simply you can go to Radio Bill. That is the YouTube channel. Radio Bill, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com, or call 866-798-2827.